The New England Patriots have made all of their selections in the 2026 NFL Draft, and truly, I think they aced this draft class. With the Patriots' first pick, they traded up from 31 to 28 to select Utah offensive tackle Caleb Lomu, and I'm giving this a B grade. This is my second time changing this grade. I've come around more on the pick as time has gone on, but I still think taking edge rusher was a more dire need at this spot. With Zach Kerr becoming the full-time defensive coordinator for next season, congratulations by the way, he needs an edge guy that can dominate on his stunts and contain the edge in the run game, but offensive tackle was need number 2 in my opinion. So what is Lomu good at? Well, he's a great pass protector. Over the last 2 seasons, he has an 80.3 pass block grade, 76.4 on true pass sets, only 5 penalties, and has allowed 25 pressures, 17 of those being in 2024. He's a very young prospect. Lomu will be 21 for the majority of his rookie season. He's 6'6", 313, had 33 3/8 inch arms. Lomu has a great build, and it is an insane athlete with an RAS score of 9.77, which is 19th out of 1,645 offensive tackles from 1987, and that is just amazing. Caleb has great foot speed, which helps him recover when he messes up. Mirror the edge rushers, no matter if they go inside or outside, he'll be able to deal with speed rushers who have elite bend on the outside as well. His hands are also really good, as seen by only having 5 penalties. He's elite in the hand fight aspect of being an offensive tackle, never letting an edge take advantage of him in that way. But he's not the best in the run game. However, it's simple stuff that has to figure out with coaching, because he's truly a developmental prospect. He shows bad pad level blocking in the run game. He doesn't have consistent technique between his hands and lower body on specific reps, but that athleticism will help him in the zone run game so much, being able to move to spaces that other tackles wouldn't be able to get to. Elliott Wolf did not think Lomu would be available at their pick. That's why the 30 visit was canceled, but he traded up and got his right tackle of the future. But that's the thing. Lomu only has 32 snaps at right tackle in his career, but he needs a developmental year anyways. As a rookie, expect Caleb Lomu to be the swing tackle if Moses or Campbell get injured, for his role to truly be Morgan Moses' understudy as he learns the right tackle position. Because of his age, what he has shown as a pass protector, his pure athletic ability, Lomu has a solid floor and a very high ceiling. B grade. They traded up again in round 2 to pick 55 from 63 and selected Illinois edge Gabe Jacas, and I'm giving it a B+. He's just a violent and athletic player. At 6'4", 260, first off, prototypical size, and an RAS score of 959, 93rd of 2,257 defensive ends since 1987. Jacas is a pure power rusher who can contain the edge in the run game and run through offensive tackles as a pass rusher. Gabe gets his violence from his time as a state champion wrestler in high school, and that sort of thing shows up on tape. He wins with strength and has okay pass rush moves, so when he wins, it's more built on power and his high motor, rather than an array of moves or having elite bend around the edge. Before his size, it is impressive how fast his first step is and how fluid he is as a mover. He might not speed by you every play, but he'll get off the line quickly, get his heavy hands into you, and push you back, collapsing the pocket, using his big reach and his long strides that can single-handedly ruin an offensive tackle's day because it helps him get to the pocket faster than others, and just those physical traits are amazing. Over the last 2 seasons, his only 2 seasons as a starter, he has a 90.4 pass rush grade on true pass sets. Last season alone, he had a 24.1 pass rush win rate in those scenarios, and had 11 of his 27 total sacks in 2025, which was second in school history. He doesn't recognize plays very well though. When a team runs RPOs, play actions, truly any sort of misdirection, it takes him too long to diagnose it. He's not the type of player that will sniff out a play, rather he is reacting to what is happening. But with his physical profile, he's not a player you want to miss out on, especially as the edges started going in the second round. Learning behind a guy like Draymond Jones will certainly help him, and of course with Mike Vrabel, a head coach who loves his physical specimens, he's a great fit on this defense looking to add size and power rushers to this front 7. If there's one position this class was deep at, it was edge, and the Patriots got their guy at 55. B+. At 95th overall, the Patriots selected Notre Dame tight end Eli Raridon, and this is an all-upside pick. He is an athletic freak with a bad medical history, tearing his right ACL twice within a 10-month span in 2021 and 2022. But with the need at tight end behind Hunter Henry, I love taking a flyer on a guy who they kinda had to take because there was a big run at tight end from the middle of the second round until pick 95. Raridon is fast for a tight end, running a 4.62 40, but only had 1 year of college production, being this past season, with 32 receptions and 482 yards, but 0 touchdowns. Truly, he's a developmental tight end that will probably be tight end 3 and learn behind the veterans. He's a good blocker with great strength at 6'6", 245, and one thing I love about him is his catch radius being 80 inches. Drake May loves throwing it back shoulder for tight ends to make plays and trust them in contested catch situations, so he should be able to develop solid chemistry with Drake May, as well as being able to find the soft spots in zones and create some yak opportunities, and being surprisingly fluid for his size. I think he's a great fit with a solid foundation. B+ for taking the flyer on a developmental guy that truly can take all the time he needs. After using their 4th round picks as trade-up ammo, their next selection did not come until pick 171 in the 5th round, where they took Wake Forest defensive back Karon Prunty. And I'm going to give this a B-. This is a 6'1" fast corner who can play press man and zone, with an 84.8 coverage grade, who can be stiff in coverage, but he had snaps at cornerback, safety, and on special teams. And as a player who came on a 30 visit, the Patriots clearly want him late in the draft. He could be a depth piece moving forward. At pick number 196, the Patriots selected Texas A&M offensive tackle Dametrius Crownover. He's a very long, toolsy tackle with 35.5-inch arms. He's just a developmental guy, a 6th round dart throw on a tackle that has potential, but he has a long way to go. C+. Then at pick 212, they took TCU linebacker Namdi Obiazor, and it's honestly a really solid 6th round pick. He had good production at school, his very high football IQ, he's a good tackler, and he's solid in coverage as he used to be a safety. Probably be a will coverage backer and special teamer at the NFL level. Honestly, I'm giving this one an A. Just a really solid depth linebacker with special teams potential as well. Pick 234 is where we saw them take the quarterback we knew they would, and Behren Morton from Texas Tech. Look, they had him on a 30 visit, clearly the coaching staff likes something. He's accurate, he doesn't see the field well, and he's not the best decision maker. I don't really know why you don't just go with Garrett Nussmeier, but clearly something's going on there. C grade. Running back Jam Miller went at pick 245. It's a 4'4" guy from Alabama, compact, 5'10" power back. He had a solid 2024 with nearly 700 yards and 7 touchdowns, and he seemed injured last year. I want them to grab another back to compete with Land Larson for the running back 3 spot. Gotta give this a B for getting a guy to spot the Pats need a little depth, and he's a different runner than the other backs in the roster. And at 247, they get BC edge Quintayvious Hutchins. I'm gonna give this one just a C+. He's extremely fast, he's got a high motor, he plays hard, but he's undersized. The Patriots clearly like him. They talked him at the Combine and at a local pro day. He just might not have what it takes to make the roster at the end of the day. But again, this is a 7th round pick and the last pick for the Patriots. Overall, I really like this draft. I like the Caleb Lomu pick. I really like Gabe Jacas and Eli Raridon. There's some other picks down the board that I like. I think it's going to be a B+ grade overall. They get depth at places that they really need at the end of the draft. At the beginning, they get the right tackle of the future, an edge rusher, which we so desperately need, and a developmental athletic tight end. I really like that. The most confusing pick to me might have been Prunty. I don't even hate it, but it was a little bit of a reach. We did need corner and safety depth. He's got versatility at those positions, but it's just not a horrible pick, just a little confusing. Probably could have went somewhere else. I think this draft has potential to not be as good as 2025, but it's definitely going to be better than 2024. They get a starting tackle, hopefully, a good edge, and a good developmental tight end. After that, I like the linebacker they picked. I really wish they got Torian York, but truly, I think a B+ is fair for this draft, a team that really needed depth at certain positions, and they got that depth.